All right, I am just outside of Brevard, North Carolina this morning. It's a nice little Saturday in March, early spring, late winter, whatever time of year this is. It's supposed to be a beautiful day today and tomorrow. This isn't where I intended to start. We were supposed to start at off the Blue Ridge Parkway and head up the Artlobe Trail. Artlobe, I can't even remember how to say that. Head up to Shining Rock and then over to Cold Mountain, camp somewhere around there, and then come back. Blue Ridge Parkway is closed down, I think probably because they had some trees blow down last night. We had some kind of a bad line of storms come through. I know we had 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts down in Charlotte, so I imagine it was as bad or worse up here. So I had to do a detour, getting a little bit later start than I hoped for, but I think we should be all right. We're over near Sam's Knob area. So we're gonna head out that way on the Mountain to Sea Trail towards Sam Knob, see how long it takes us to kind of get over to where the original starting place was, and maybe not make it all the way to Cold Mountain, but hopefully we can get over to Shining Rock itself and camp over there and then head back in the morning. So here we go. Got the trailhead is right down this way. Just a very short road walk to get to that, and we'll be off. Really nice little camping area. There's our MST blaze there, so we're on the right path. Starting to get a little elevation here. I think this is called Little Sam's Knob behind me that we're hiking up. Not a cloud in the sky today. All right, come up on a little clearing area here, bald area, sun shining. So we're still heading towards Little Sam Knobs, kind of that general direction. I think we'll eventually get over to Sam Knob. I was wrong, that hill behind me is not Little Sam Knobs, further off, but the same general direction. So this is going to take us back towards the Blue Ridge Parkway. And we'll kind of get down to the road. I don't know if we'll get actually on the road or not, and then kind of bounce back into the National Forest. As we go, again, the Blue Ridge was closed this morning, which is why we're having to tackle an extra couple of miles here to get to where we were originally going to start. Say a couple of miles. Haven't really added it up, maybe over 3 miles. But I've never been on this section of the state, really. Down here near Brevard, in this section of Pisgah National Forest, Shining Rock Wilderness area. So it's all an adventure today. It doesn't really matter if I didn't get to start exactly where I wanted. This is still untraveled trails for me. All right, so getting up to another trail junction, and it looks like this is where, if you head that way, according to this handwritten sign down here, should take you to the Devil's Courthouse, which you may check out tomorrow. But also that's right on the other side of the Blue Ridge Parkway, so you'd go down here to get back to the road. We're going to stick to the MST and head up this way. I believe it's about another 1.5 miles to the next trail junction. And this does go towards Little Sam Knob, and that actually may be the name of this section of the trail too. All right, so I forgot there's one other trail junction before we get over to the Little Sam and Sam Knob area, and that's, you can see behind me there. If we go out this way you kind of run parallel to Blue Ridge Parkway, but it looks like on the map kind of up on a cliff area, maybe across a couple little balds and whatnot. If we keep going toward, which is what's named the Little Sam Trail, I don't know if you can see that back there, toward Little Sam, we can still get to where we're going. It can hook over, and I think I'm going to do that. It's not super late in the day, and push come to shove, we can camp out that way somewhere if I feel like I'm just running out of daylight or something, but it's still the first half of the day. I don't know, we're about noon, but yeah, and then maybe we'll come back on this section of the MST and see what that's all about tomorrow. Found this little knob here. Sorry for the wind. Right after I pass that trail intersection on the left, so I thought I'd scramble up here and see what it was like, and very much worth the view. All right, so took the time to actually look at the map. So I guess this is Little Sam Knob, and this is Sam Knob, which we can actually get to the top of. So I need to learn more about the history of what went on up here. This is the second place I've seen old cables. Obviously been up here a day or two, got tree roots running over them. This is metal, this is not wood. So, interesting. Definitely doesn't lack for views up here. All right, coming up on a little bigger stream than I thought I'd come across it this high up. But since my feet are already soaking wet after slopping through this muddy trail, I'm not really concerned. I'm trying not to step in the deepest part of this. Kind of pretty. All right, one more stream crossing. Looks like we can rock off this one. And then we're going to try to find our way over toward Sam's Knob and eat lunch here, I think. Sam's Knob is going to be a little bit of a climb. Oh, let's see if I can do this without killing myself. Oh, success. All right, just finished lunch, got back on the trails. A lot of little campsites around this creek here. There's one a little close to the water, but nice little fire pit. Somebody's already stocked the pit with twigs there for you. I'm gonna keep heading down this way, and we should bear to the right. If you can see through the trees here, there's where we're headed up at the top. And I think I actually see somebody on top of it. So, be a pretty steep climb, it looks like. Should be beautiful views once we get up there. All right, so just about another 100 yards down the trail here, and we do see the Sam Knob Trail. And that's going to take us across the creek here again. If you head down that way, you're following Flat Laurel Creek, which I assume is the creek behind us. We are going to head this way. Alright, so it looks like we're getting feet a little wet here. And since I'm on sport, I thought I'd let you watch and see if I actually bust my ass away. Pants hiked up, here we go. It's a wee bit chilly and slick. Alright. Definitely got over the socks. Cold, but I did not want to bust my butt and go sliding out on the car. Almost stepped on this little guy. Little garter snake. 18 inches long. completely harmless little guy. But you better hop off the trail there, buddy. Go, go, go. All right, we are at the junction of the Summit Trail. Head right up that way. Starting to get a little elevation up here. Amazing view. That's looking over toward Shining Rock. This is kind of back toward the Parkway. Not sure what this little knob is right here. All right, so looking back at Sam's Knob and the boardwalk that they've put in through here. Pretty interesting structure out here, but I'm sure it helps a ton with the erosion. All right, so we're almost back to the Forest Service Road up here, where I discovered where I was originally going to start today, and head off toward Cold Mountain. When I was on the top of Sam's Knob back there, I was noticing I'm seeing an awful lot of people that don't look like they've walked near as far as I have, clean boots and stuff. And so I asked a group of kids up there, and they said they parked right over here. I said, "How did you get over there?" They said, "Oh, we came down the Parkway." Well, so it turns out after I left that side of the Blue Ridge Parkway this morning, they opened it up. But never could have known when they were going to do that. But anyway, I'm going to head over here toward Black Balsam. There's supposed to be a bunch of camping there. And then Tennent Mountain's just, or Tennent Peak, is just beyond that. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon right now. I think the sun goes down around 6. So I have to start looking for something relatively soon. But I think we can get at least one more peak in us today. See how it goes. I'm not sure what this slime is. I'm guessing some sort of eggs. That's disgusting. Maybe tadpoles. All right, just walked through the parking lot there and down a ways, and here we hit the Art Spur, Art Lobe, Art Lieb. On one of these days I'm gonna figure out how to say it. Aren't difficult, because it goes kind of straight up right here, but it's not very long. It's only about half a mile or so. So here we go. All right, I think that in front of us is Black Balsam Knob. This is this kind of little peak you get to right before it. Beautiful day. My car is over here somewhere. And that hill in the foreground there is Sam's Knob that we were on a minute ago. All right, coming off Black Balsam Knob, the back side of it here, and the trail is what I would say a little rutted. I don't know if this is like an old wagon trail or what, but geez. I mean, these sides of these ruts are as tall as I am practically. Good times. All right, I think I found a little camping spot right up here near the trail in between Tennent Mountain and Black Balsam. Came down started to think maybe I was just gonna say screw it and head down to the Forest Service Road on this little spur trail I found, and just camp back on the other side of it. But further I walked down, the more water was available. That was the other problem over here, is pretty nasty looking water up top, and not very much of it. So I think we can get a bag of water here and go claim that other spot over there. There's a couple other guys pretty close to the trail, so not ideal, but I think it'll work for one night. All right, getting ready. Make a little dinner tonight before we pack it in, watch the sunset. Looks like it's gonna be a pretty good one as it goes over the mountain here. I'll get some shots of that here before we're done. I think right now the plan is to head up to, this is Tennent Mountain in the morning. We should have an awesome view of the sunrise. And then we'll head down where I got water earlier, down this way, pick up the Forest Service Road, walk down that a couple of miles, and catch a trail back to the one that kind of parallels the Blue Ridge Parkway, and head back to the car. About 7 miles back out of here. But just couldn't picked a better weekend to come up here for the first time. Still got some people you might be able to see up there on the peak. The moon already out, so it's gonna be bright as hell tonight. But I can think of bigger problems. It's not windy, it's not really cold. Temperature's dropping a little bit, but nothing ridiculous. So anyway, I'll get some shots of the sunset here for you in a bit, and then we'll be done for the day. Cheers with hot chocolate. One last look at the mountains tonight. Do have the moon coming up over there. I'll see you in the morning. Definitely had a little frost last night. Got a little chilly. We went out to Tennent Mountain. That's where the sunrise video is from. We got the sun hitting us now, so should be warming up pretty good. Beautiful morning up here. Thinking I'm gonna have a little snack and get on the trail. All right. All packed up. Not a trace left. And I'm gonna head out this way. You can catch the Forest Service Road on the other side of that hill and head back toward the parking lot. And I think do a little road walk this morning and pick up that trail that parallels the Blue Ridge Parkway. Head back toward the car. About 7.5 miles. Woohoo! I just came out on the Forest Service road from right there. Push through the rhododendron. I'm going to follow this back towards the parking lot up here. Definitely not a trail you want to take your car on, but you can see four-wheeler tracks and stuff like that on it. All right, just so you can see what this quote-unquote road looks like. It's really just kind of a wide trail. It is relatively flat in the sense of not big inclines or declines. You can actually see the parking lots right there. But it is not a smooth gravel or dirt path. It's this big chunk rock out here. So, like I said before, not really made for a family sedan. A four-wheel drive, you could probably make it back here slowly. But, not too bad of a walk. And a nice view off to the side the whole way. Alright, we're on a little road walk here just past the parking lot. Gotta get to the other side of those mountains at some point. It's got the little Sam right there in the foreground. But it should only be about a half mile down the road here. Pick up the other trail and start heading that way. Alright, we are MST. Head into the woods again. I think we'll stop and take this fleece off though. A lot of little, not little, I guess giant mud puddles up here, little bogs almost. Imagine this is kind of buggy in the summertime. I made it through that section of trees back there. Obviously, a lot of people have camped over the years because it's no undergrowth. It's very well marked as to where the trail is, though, so just keep an eye out for the blazes and you're good. We're gonna back out in the open a little bit more. And still kind of following the Forest Service road over to our left. And we'll start to turn right as we get closer to the Blue Ridge Parkway. But really interested to see what this trail looks like because it looks pretty cool on the map, on the top of the map. As far as being kind of up on a ridge. We shall see. Pretty awesome views up here. Coming up on these little overlooks every now and then. So we're on a pretty steep ridge or cliffside, and you can kind of hear the cars down below us. But other than that, it's pretty awesome. All right, came out on a pretty cool little campsite area here. Also must have walked right by. There's another trail that kind of goes down towards Blue Ridge Parkway and beyond. Can't remember the name of it, but the trail's pretty sloppy and rutted through there, so I was watching my feet more than I was watching my surroundings, and I guess I shot right by that trail. Oh well. But yeah, pretty cool little campsite here. Head on down the road. There's a cool little overlook right after you get past that camp area. A little exposure here. Be careful, you'll end up a greasy spot on the Blue Ridge Parkway down there. But kind of winded after that little climb out of that camp. All right, back to intersection here with the little Sam Trail we were on yesterday morning. So we got about a couple miles left. All right, back at another trail junction here. So if we go straight, this is supposed to take us to the Devil's Courthouse. Looks like on the map it's only about a half-mile hike. So about a mile round trip. So I thought, why not? Don't know when I'll be back up here, so let's go check it out.
Yeah, you can't really see living waters, but you can see the building before it. There's like a big building before that.
Yeah, all the dishes up here are down behind that ridge.
All right, so I came upon this paved trail here and was confused. I knew there was supposed to be a little trail intersecting eventually, but it's on the other side of the Blue Ridge Parkway. And then it occurred to me, we must have walked over the Blue Ridge Parkway, over one of the tunnels. Kind of cool. Anyway, we'll be there in a minute. All right, so we get it back across this little creek, which means we're only about a half mile from the car. It's just a recap. So I parked off North Carolina 215, hiked in on the Mountain Sea Trail towards the Little Sam Trail, and then split off there towards Little Sam and Big Sam to the top of Sam Knob, or Big Sam Knob, whatever you want to call it. And then cut over to Black Balsam Knob, which is originally where I wanted to start yesterday, but got kind of thrown off by the road closure. Camped on the other side of that, went up to the top of Tennent Mountain this morning to see the sunrise, and kind of came back on a road walk and then along the Blue Ridge Parkway, or above it, I should say, to the Devil's Courthouse overlook. It's pretty cool if you're just up here driving through. It's a pretty short hike to get to. It is kind of steep toward the end there, but all in all, couldn't ask for better weather and better weekend out. Definitely have to do some more exploring in this area of the state sometime soon.